Ask me a question. You'll love this. So I usually ask questions when I get up because I already know what the answer is. Even I don't know some of these people. Just listen to what it says. It's amazing how this thing talks.
Top 10 Most Hated People in the World by Brandon Bridgelaw. Hate is a serious word and is the result of constant dislike towards a person, inflicted by their prominent misdemeanor, speech, and actions towards you or somebody that you love. Reasons for hate, however, spans in several different things that are inexplicable
Why?
and is dependent and determined mainly
Not
on the
true.
personalities of different people and its interaction with each other. Everything comes down to a certain compatibility in order for people of different
Positive.
personalities, beliefs, ethics, values, principles, and other personas to get along smoothly. It must take an awful lot that an individual or group to say or do in order to reach the highest level of where hate is concerned. Here is a compilation of researched lists on the internet of people who are dreaded by many with negative roving eyes, that if could kill, the hated would be dead by now. The people listed below have done things to cause national or world outrage, which resulted in an endless supply and still building network of haters targeted at them and their actions. Have a look at the world's most hated people list. Content summary, show. Top 10 Most Hated People. 10. Kim Davis. To those like myself who oppose against homosexuality, if it's between two men, then this one is for you. See, there's nothing that kills true warrior Spartan-driven masculinity than gaze, men on men.
Wow.
Personally, because I'm a man, I fancy women, which ultimately means for me personally, I wouldn't have a problem visualizing two females who are together. Somebody else may have a different view and by all means is entitled to their opinions as I am to mine on this particular matter. It's psychologically proven in normal men and women that opposite sexes attract each other.
Nah, not true.
The world seemed to have signed petitions and have protested against legalizing same-sex marriages, and the world seems to be accepting of it in certain countries.
Not true.
Kim Davis was one of many who didn't actually have anything against gay marriages,
But what happened to
instead
her?
stood firmly even if it meant 5 years imprisonment, for what she strongly believed in. Kim has been hated by thousands of Americans, who were mostly made up of homosexuals. Due to her refusal of issuing marriage licenses to a gay couple that came in because it went against her Christian beliefs. 9. Ethan Couch, affluenza teen. The world would wonder, why is it that American and United Kingdom teens are amongst the most reckless, rowdy, disruptive,
Why?
rebellious, etc.? This isn't rocket science, as the average American teen is either spoiled by wealthy parents, given the best of the best in terms of assets and inheritance, and so they won't appreciate the value of life in comparison to their material
Who wrote
belongings. Boys will be boys, as the saying would go, and a young boy behind the wheels of a car, in his late teens, would find this a cool way to impress his friends, especially under the intoxication of some alcohol. And probably some strong homegrown matured marijuana, which is the combination of devilish destruction to anybody who won't be able to handle it.
It's true.
Ethan Cook, an unlucky teen who ended up 10 years of probation in a juvenile court, has been
10
captured in
years.
Mexico after being on the run and trying
How
to
long?
escape authorities
This is brand
outside
new to
of the
me.
USA.
I can see the next name
Ethan
now.
seems to be one generally
It's the
dizzy-looking
opposite of
teen.
salt.
Can you imagine his expressions and feelings while under intoxication? Sad sight to see. He has recklessly driven a car and killed 4 people in the process. He isn't just hated by the families of the 4 who he manslaughtered, but has also painted a big red target on his back by thousands of Americans.
Oh, he'll never make
Guy
it.
didn't learn from his lessons,
He's a
as he
rat.
is known to rebel even on probation. Seems like he wants to be in prison for the next 40 years of his life.
Which he probably wants.
8. Sam Pepper.
Who is Sam Pepper?
Teenagers in general are known for their natural ability to wreak havoc on somewhat high magnitudes, either community-wise or
Why?
countrywide
Of
too.
course, he.
When a teenager hits global scale, however, that is a huge achievement, I'd say.
And then what happens?
Sam Pepper, on the other hand, has a dedicated and rather popular YouTube channel and online reputation, as well as a famously strong presence on the internet. Sam's YouTube channel has roughly 2,300,000 subscribers. Now this is an extreme amount which can knock likes and popularity to great levels unattainable by many who try to climb the online ladder as one outside the technological world would strive to climb the corporate ladder in the business world.
Wow.
Definitely this dude
Already
would have
did
had
it.
monetized
He
his
would've.
channel too,
He
which
would've.
means with more than 2 million subscribers, he would have been banking hard. Life was good for him
And then-
until he became stupid. This is where we see the ultimate downfall of his reputation online, all by a simple prank that's been broadcasted to more than 2 million of his subscribers, who must have sent it each, individually to their people too,
And then
eventually reaching worldwide coverage.
And then it went viral.
The video he made was a prank that disturbed more than 2 million and many more after when it appeared that somebody's
That's
best friend was being
Almost
killed in front of
1%
him.
of America.
A Change.org petition has been on fire urging YouTube to take his channel down and has been validated by more than 130,000 signatures so far. That's a lot of angry people and haters. 7. Mary Bale. We have seen how people express their anger over the internet and social media and get rather
What did she
explicitly
do?
creative of precisely how much of hatred they have exactly and why they hate so much for specific and particular reasons. If somebody had blown a rocket missile into your brand new Bugatti Veyron, it would be a highly understandable and unquestionable reason to hate that person and to go viral in your hate manifesto and to gain the support and team up of other billionaires who can relate to you.
Just like his little.
As far as
she
Mary
burned it.
Bale's case is concerned, though, her crime was throwing a cat, which she probably thought had 9 lives, into a wheelie bin. No big deal, it didn't die, and she probably thought it would be a nice place to leave the cat, so it could find food. She, however, has seen more hate than what people have expressed for Osama bin Laden when he bombed the Twin Towers,
Wow.
killing thousands. I wouldn't blame her,
Guess
though.
who six
I blame the
is?
people who hate her for being so vile in their hatred campaigns shown towards her for a reason that even the court won't punish, so why would the people be so harsh? Monkey see, monkey do. If you hate this person and I love you, I will hate them too, shame on you. Haters of cat placed in a wheelie bin. If Mary had raped the cat, done heinous things to it, burnt it alive or killed the cat, I'd understand. Some people have nothing better to do with their lives. 6. Robin Thicke. These aren't blurred lines. Seriously, Robin Thicke is on the hated list. What you're seeing is exactly as it's written, Robin Thicke, singer of recent hit Blurred Lines, which starts as with a really funky beat that is a trademark of the song that differentiates it from other modern-day tracks, but is under the accusation of depicting a whole rape theme through the highly elaborate and engaging audience video created for the track, and suggesting by critiques and people who were alarmed that Thicke has been trying to make it seem okay to abuse women sexually. Through his video, his rise to fame has been very influential and can be given an
Why?
ultimate amount of credit thus far,
Why?
since he's gone from zero to hero to some part of his music career
why
that
is
has
he
seen the
so
downfall
bad?
of something that others see from his music and videos,
This is why.
which he may have not noticed. Now hated by many around the world and losing
All the
fans
girls
like
in
flies
his
over a
video
fire flame due to him
wanted
being
to be in
prominently
there.
associated with rape
Go
culture
figure
and
that out.
perversion through his music and the fact of his pathetic attempt to profit out of his breakup with his wife. 5. Justin Bieber. Hate him or love him, the guy has had his fair share of lovers and haters, but when placed on a world index scale, haters take the cake for being majority in
Why do
disfavor
they-
of Justin
this is the
Bieber for
funny thing
several
about
bizarre
girls.
reasons, which makes
They
him one
know
of the
they're
most
going to
hated
be
people in these
exploited,
modern times.
But they want to make a video anyway.
Justin Bieber's case is similar
just
to
like
that of
these news
Prince and Michael
reporters
Jackson
who
after he
they
became
think they
wacky.
can sleep to the top.
No
they
doubt,
do
and with
it,
absolute
and then
no
they
denial
realize they slept to
whatsoever
the
that
top.
these musicians
And
all
then
have made some extremely
They're
popular
wondering,
hits
well,
around the
I
world.
have to keep sleeping to the
All
top.
have been known for their eccentric performances
Right.
on a global scale. Leave Michael Jackson out of this.
Right.
Prince was a blatant homo. Everybody would agree.
Okay.
The one thing that
Who's the
everybody
Shane
has in
Kelly?
common here, though, is their born
Who's
gift,
Kelly
and each
Clarkson?
possessing a male
Yeah.
organ.
Who's
Yet none ever possessed anything masculine to validate their manliness.
Who's Al Roker?
As for Prince Geez, which
Who-
man
who
uses
on this
high
channel
heel
today?
stilettos all the time,
It's
even
quarter
once in
to
his
7.
life.
You think that little cell
While on
phone's
the
going to
topic
go
of
off?
hated musicians, Justin Bieber, a newly hatched egg in the music industry, sang some pretty good songs overall, met with the famous, sang duets with the trendy artists that people all time loved yet failed hopelessly in his attempt to be genuinely loved by the people of the world.
You want to hear a boy say that or a girl?
It's evident that some people in the
That's
world
right.
seem to have developed
Almost
extreme
that's
hatred
right.
for the star, Due to his voice sounding a bit girly, I personally
What is the
believe
difference
he
between
shouldn't
a
have
white
started
or a
singing
gray
on a
shirt
global
to you?
scale before his voice broke.
One shade.
Others may hate him for his moppy
That's one
hairstyle
shade
and for
right
other
over that
unknown
corner.
bizarre reasons. The internet, however, shows a clear representation of all his haters' efforts to boo him out of the music
Well, I
industry.
know which shirt I'm
He is, however, stronger than most teens in the United
know
States to have been withstanding
what
so much of world hate blatantly
pants
shown
I'm
towards him
possibly
on
gonna
almost
wear.
every page on Facebook
I
or the
forget what
internet,
shoes I have,
and still hasn't
underwear,
committed
my
suicide.
socks.
4. Adrian Patterson, NFL star. Disciplining kids the old way by using physical punishment or beating them in a torturous manner seems to be something of the ancient era, with all the laws, regulations, and stump downs, as well as community support for child abuse that we have established today in modern society.
And he did. He got away with
If a
it.
child has been
He caught a
ill-treated
felony,
in a
but he
small
quit.
home in
Just like
China,
the other
the
dude
story
did.
is said to spread worldwide, and all of a sudden the SWAT team
Worldwide.
helicopters will be hovering over that building. SEAL teams will bust through the door. It's all over the news, etc. Because nothing stays hidden anymore. Even a stolen bicycle tire in Beijing will be reported to somebody in Mexico at how fast information travels these days. So when the rage of an NFL star is passed on to his 4-year-old son by disciplining him by making use of a disciplinary measure that involves hitting the little guy with a tree branch happens, you can be sure the whole of America and the world is to know about it. The second as it's happening, paparazzis are always over the place doting on these things to happen anyway.
3 Mile Island.
This has spilled world outrage for Patterson, with more than a few billions of parents out there infuriated by this act and in all hatred for Mr. Pat.
Infiltration.
Patterson didn't pat his son to discipline, he bat him with a tree branch. Huge difference, and out of all things to be used, why go to tree branch extents on a defenseless 4-year-old? 3. Jared Fogle. Up Yours Jared is a statement made publicly in the aggressive, infuriated, and inflamed protests of many anti-Fogle members of society expressing their deep hatred for him. Because Jared will be facing imprisonment, that may also be a pun on the statement. And no play on words here, as it's been directed as painfully honest as it's been spoken towards him, as he will be a marked man in prison due to his admission of guilt that he has purchased child pornography and has engaged in unlawful sex with minors and underage girls, etc. The most hated people in prison are rats who in the mafia underworld are assassinated by designated hit men in the most violent and gruesome grisly way and sent back to whomever in either body pieces or other unspeakable forms as a message from the mafia crime boss. To say that rats will be found and killed. Society does not tolerate such perverts and has definitely been the shock to the world's women who are of a decent nature as well as noble men out there. Definitely a hated member of the extremist in terms of hate, as child pornography is much of the worst in sexual offenses that can be in the act of man. I'm sure you would agree with me when I say, the rapist will surely now be raped in prison by inmates too. What goes around will always come around.
Not really.
It is in jail where he would lose his manhood to another man who would ultimately make him his, or their, depending on how many, their wifey. Heinous crimes will be punished in Jared's case up though. What rhymes with heinous? 2. Ted Bundy. Serial killers in general have a certain way that's specific and exclusive to them. It's almost as though although each commit similar styled crimes with a specific tailor-made way according to their victim, each has a personal trademark that defines them. In terms of manhood, dominance in all fields are an essential must depending on such a guy's masculine levels, while some won't mind being dominated by other men. Sexual domination, however, is most common and natural amongst a raging, ravishing testosterone escalating man onto a female. This is a natural occurrence and socially accepted if only it is consensual between both male and female, etc. There are too many rape victims in the world to let one rape story go unnoticed. Ted Bundy has been a serial killer, rapist, pedophile, and necrophilia, the act of enjoying the company of a dead corpse or probably doing sick things to it, since he probably realized his penis could be erect. Sick-minded man has murdered over 36 women, which has been officially counted. Their bodies were dumped in barren places, dismembered, and somewhere seriously injured. Oswald, he has been a regular amongst the police as they kept catching him before he escaped several times. A man with this sick reputation is sure to be hated around the world and by mass numbers who would want to kill him themselves. Luckily, the justice system has done the honor of electrocuting him as part of his death penalty, which still won't bring back the bodies he's dropped or the lives of the
Oh yeah, they got rid of him.
young females he's ruined. 1. Martin Shkreli. Now for the dubbed Most Hated People in America by BBC News. It generally takes an extremely and highly successful businessman to establish a business and then to stay in business for as long as he possibly can. Martin Shkreli has committed more of a white-collar crime, one of the most common in the business world. We hear of businesses busting the corporate rules now and then, bending the regulations wherever it seems to be a clean slate escape into large profits at the cost of innocence and at the extreme overture expense of investors, etc. Every businessman or women who have been long enough dealing in their field of expertise are established and experienced enough to know the ultimate ins and outs of their businesses and precisely how they can make a few extra thousands from it,
8
apart
minutes
from
to
their
7.
legalized style of doing it all the time. Martin Shkreli, on the other hand, has done more than just make a few hundred thousands from rip-off accumulated money. What Martin has achieved on the dark side of his business reputation has gained him some infamy that's rather surprising and is similar to the style of Ponzi. The world couldn't care less if somebody got ripped off trillions. As long as it wasn't them who was victim to such crimes, they won't bother.
Who's the preacher now?
HIV/AIDS members, however, are already frustrated that they might lose their lives at any moment without guarantee of waking up the next day, or if they nap for an hour or two. Life is inevitable like that, and so the only reliance or ray of hope they may have is on their pharmaceutical medication, which is the cotton thread that AIDS people would hang on. Martin Shkreli, as evil as he is, has inflated the rate to gain profits bigger than what he wouldn't last very long with by a staggering increase of $750 from the initial price of $13.50 per pill. AIDS activists have been on extreme rage and rampage across the world, and not just America, by the greed of Martin for money, without a conscience of each of those lives who are already deteriorating. Martin Shkreli is more recent in his misendeavors, which makes him currently the most hated people, more especially by AIDS patients, AIDS activists, and people worldwide who have hearts behind their chests.
What do you think is the next story?
Share this. 1. Save. Share. More. More from people. Top 20 most famous female volleyball players in the world. Top 10 most beautiful Chinese girls. Top 10 outstanding lead actress in a comedy series.
Wow.
Top 10 shortest women in the world.
I don't see what the next story
Top
is.
10 beautiful women in the Philippines 2023.
Why?
Top 10 hottest Indian fitness models 2023. You may also like travel. Top 10 best beaches in Texas. By Maria, 15 days ago. Travel.
Wow.
Top 10 best New Jersey beaches. By Maria, 19 days ago. People, sports. Top 20 most famous female volleyball players in the world. By Kieran Yasmin, 19 days ago. Travel. Top 10 best beaches in Mexico you have to see to believe.
I don't know.
By Maria, 20 days ago.
Are they?
Sports.
Uh-oh. It's 5
Top
minutes to
10
7.
best sports for girls to play in their
5,
benefits.
7.
By Kieran Yasmin, 21 days ago.
You say 5, 7?
Travel.
7.
Top 10 best places to visit in Colorado.
It's like 25 or 6 to 4.
By Maria, 22 days ago.
You have to watch the video to the
Trending
end.
now.
Yeah, 50
Top
cents.
10 best beaches in Texas.
Which one is it?
Top 10 best New Jersey beaches.
And
Top 20 most famous female volleyball players in the world.
by who?
Top 10 best beaches in Mexico you have to see to believe. Top 10 best places to visit in
What's
Colorado.
it say right here?
Top 10 best beaches in Canada that you won't want to miss.
Here you go.
Copyright 2023 Wonders List.
Wonders list.
Home.
Privacy.
Privacy policy.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Right for us.
Right for us.
About.
About.
Now.
Contact us.
No.
Close.
Why?
Search.
Nope.
People.
Can't.
Animals.
Mm.
Travel.
Mm-mm.
Most expensive.
Nope.
Bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Miscellaneous.
20 minutes.
Home.
They say 20 minutes.
Privacy policy.
Listen to it for 20 minutes.
Disclaimer.
You know what you said?
Right for us.
Uh-uh.